Hey, I'm Reinacher, and this is the time I almost died escaping the hospital. And if you ever find yourself in the hospital for a while, I'd say bring a computer. It could save your life. The internet saved my life. So this story starts on day 6 in the hospital. I got in a really bad accident. I was doing a play in Atlanta, and on my way back from set one night, I got in a skateboarding accident. I fractured my cranium. But this story isn't about that. This story is about the aftermath. And you know in cartoons when they get a bump on their head and they turn into a different person, that's based off reality. When you hit your head that hard, you kind of turn into a different fucking person. That person of me was kind of an asshole. And I don't know if it was a head injury Chris or the fact that they were pumping this head injury Chris full of morphine, and I don't mix well with painkillers, but it's a different guy. An angry guy who's kind of fed up, who thinks he knows better. I'm sorry to all the nurses and doctors. After 6 days in the hospital, I did not want to be there anymore. It was boring as hell. You can do nothing but sleep, stare at a wall, and maybe watch a 7-inch television. I felt like I was paying $10,000 a day to sit in solitary confinement. I hadn't done any tests for 4 days. I was like, can I just go? Can I at least have a computer? I was just sick of it all. Head injury Chris was just sick of it all. So at 2 a.m. one night in the middle of Atlanta, I decide that, you know what? Even though I'm being monitored by some of the best doctors in the world, I think I'm good. I decided to pull the IV out of my arm. Pop it open so I still have a half an IV hanging out. Changed out of my hospital gown, and I put my street clothes on that I found in a closet somewhere, and I decided to Mission Impossible style escape the hospital. Down the hallway, down the stairs. I'm gonna be honest, it was a little too easy to escape the hospital. Probably shouldn't have been that easy to escape the hospital. People are probably kind of out of their wits normally and do stupid stuff like this. And maybe there should be a system in place in order to not make them do that. So I get out of the hospital and I'm in the middle of Atlanta. I don't know Atlanta. I don't know where things are in Atlanta because I've only lived here for a few months. All I know is that based on some GPS I must have done back in the hospital room, my temporary housing is 8 blocks that way. I am this zombie with an IV hanging out of my arm with hospital wristbands, just making my way down the streets of Atlanta. There are homeless people that kind of have an encampment and they're kind of terrifying me. And then I look back at them and realize that they are terrified of me. So I walk through to my temporary apartment building where I just assume someone's gonna let me in. Again, did not think this through. And of course, nobody's walking in and out of the front door. I don't have a key on me and my phone has died. I'm starting to get more woozy and I don't really know what I'm gonna do next until a car goes into the parking garage. And so I kind of Indiana Jones sprint over and make it into the parking garage right before it closes, only to once again be kind of trapped. I can't get in. Nobody's pulling up. It's the middle of the night. Not sure what I'm gonna do from there yet because all the doors are still locked. And I'm getting kind of woozy and I've walked a mile. I don't know what's going on with my head, but I need to sit down. And then I need to kind of lay down. This is kind of the as I lay dying moment. It's really at this point where I could have died. I could have just went to sleep right there and there's a good chance that I wouldn't have woken up again. All of a sudden, thank God for a bad relationship that was going on in my building because a fight just walked out of this door, a man and a woman having a dispute. Somebody cheated on somebody, I don't know, but they were yelling, "Hey guys, I live in this building. I need to get in." And they were weirded out by me, but they were also like, all right, man, fine. We have other things to deal with. They opened the door for me. I'm walking down this apartment building hallway where everything looks the same, kind of making those last couple steps, probably regretting everything I've just done. And I finally get to my room. I knock on the door and it's Mardi Gras. My roommate is partying with my cousin who's visiting, and he kind of opens the door and it feels like a record scratch moment. What? Everyone is like, I'm sorry, what's going on? You've been in the hospital for 6 days. How'd you get here? You should be in the hospital. Keep in mind that when you're in these positions, that trust doctors and trust your family. They love you, they're looking out for you. Thankfully, my friends and family were smarter than I was. We're taking you back to the hospital. And I just said, All right, let me get my computer.